Hi everyone, and welcome to my latest video, the top 5 things I love about Continuity Camera on the iPhone. For those of you not aware, Continuity Camera was a feature added to the latest macOS Ventura, and it transforms your iPhone into a high-performing webcam. It also works in conjunction with software such as FaceTime, Zoom, and OBS, so you can see how it can be used for work purposes when attending conference calls, and also for content creators that like to stream to YouTube or Twitch. Continuity Camera is available on iPhone XR and later models. Just bear in mind that some of the features are only available on later iPhones, and I'll get into that later in this video, so keep watching to find out more. But anyway, let's get into the video, the top 5 things I love about Continuity Camera. And if you could please drop the video a like and subscribe to my channel, Red Dog Gamer, I'd really appreciate your support. Having a wireless webcam solution is truly liberating, and no longer do I have to worry about a webcam falling off my laptop when recording or wires all across my setup. It is truly remarkable. As soon as I fire up software such as OBS, it instantly recognises my iPhone and brings in the feed so I can add it to my production. When operating wirelessly, I have never suffered any sort of performance issues, and I've got a really stable connection between my phone and my laptop, and the performance and quality is maintained 100% from what I've experienced so far, which is really good and positive in my eyes. Having a 100% wireless webcam solution allows greater flexibility in terms of how you set up your recording or live stream, with the option to mount your phone to a tripod, for example, which is what I do sometimes, or by using peripherals to attach your phone to your laptop or monitor. And the one that I use actually uses a magnet to attach to the phone and then clips onto the top of your monitor. And I'll put a link for that in the description so you can check that out for yourself. But it's a really good tool, particularly if you're using the effect called Desk View, which I'll talk about later, for demoing and showcasing items that you might want to preview on your YouTube channel, for example. Anyway, that brings me on to the second thing I love about Continuity Camera, which is the usable effects. There are 4 main effects to choose from when using Continuity Camera. These are Center Stage, Portrait Mode, Studio Light, and Desk View. Let's start with Center Stage then. That keeps you, the subject, in the center of the shot by constantly repositioning you based on your movement. And this would work in certain situations where you might be doing a bit of movement and filming, but not in others. So for example, if I was doing a live stream, I wouldn't want myself to be constantly repositioned in the shot because it might be distracting for the viewers and it might not be entirely suitable. However, if I was filming something where I wanted people to see me central at all times and I wanted that constant readjustment, then it might be more appropriate. The next effect I'm going to discuss is Portrait Mode, and this works by blurring the background space while keeping you, the subject, in clear focus. And again, there's certain situations where this might work better than others. Again, referring to the live stream, or if you're filming a gaming session, for example, you wouldn't want to use Portrait Mode because it will blur your background image, i.e. the game, which would make it entirely unviewable for the audience. But for example, if you was doing a work conference call and you wanted to add a nice blur effect, then it might be more suitable in that sort of scenario. Studio Light works really good where you want to enhance the clarity of the subject by boosting the lighting on the actual subject themselves whilst dimming the peripheral background around them. And this is something that works really good if I was doing a live gaming session, for example, and I want to make myself stand out a bit more in the actual video feed. The last video effect I'll discuss is Desk View, and this is the most interesting in my opinion. It uses the iPhone sensors to provide a top-down view of your desk space, which can work really good in scenarios where you might want to sort of do a showcase of a particular item for a YouTube channel or for a conference or something like that, where you might want to show something off to the audience. It's also worth noting that some of these features are only available on certain iPhone models. Center Stage and Desk View are only available on iPhones 11 and greater, whereas Studio Light is only available on iPhones greater than iPhone 12. So that's just something to consider when thinking about these different effects that you might be able to use with your current hardware. Anyway, that's enough time talking about the effects. It's time to move on to the third thing that I love about continuity camera. Prior to the release of Continuity Camera, I used something called MacOS Studio, which also transforms your iPhone into a webcam. But I found that with that, to use the more premium features, you had to pay a subscription, which was £4 or £5 a month. Whereas Continuity Camera, in my opinion, is just as good, if not better, and it's entirely free. I also considered, before the release of Continuity Camera, moving to say a Logitech webcam, but now I don't feel the need to do that anymore. There's also an option for Windows users to download a software such as DroidCam or FineCam, and I'll put some links in the description, and they allow Windows users to actually use Continuity Camera on a Windows PC. All you need to do is download the software on the desktop and also on your iPhone, and then you're good to go. So for me, based on the fact that it's entirely free and it's also very good quality, I would definitely encourage anybody that's got an iPhone already to give Continuity Camera a try, because literally I don't see any reason why you wouldn't. So one of the things I love about Continuity Camera is the actual image quality. It's no surprise really, given that the iPhone's cameras in recent years have really come on leaps and bounds. But with Continuity Camera you can get 1920 by 1440 resolution, and that's entirely wireless as well. And it's at 60 frames per second, which means you get a really silky smooth image, which is really good for when you're recording or live streaming. You get a really good quality and a really smooth image at all times. I would actually go as far as saying that Continuity Camera provides a better image quality than a lot of webcams that are on the market today. And when you're considering it achieves that whilst operating completely wirelessly, it's truly remarkable in my opinion. There's also the possibility of adjusting the settings further when using a software such as OBS, and you've got the ability to adjust skin tones and saturation, which really allows you to bump up the image profile and gives you a really good production when it comes to your live stream or recording. Yes, so the last feature is focusing more on the audio side, but using your iPhone you're actually able to rig up a secondary mic that captures background noises perhaps in a production, or you can use it as your laptop's main input for audio. So in that case, for example, if you was on a conference call through work, you could actually make sure that your voice and your audio is going entirely through the iPhone microphone, which is very good in itself. When I am streaming or recording gaming sessions, I tend to use the Antline Mod Mic Wireless or the HyperX Quadcast mic. Nevertheless, I can see situations where I might want to use the iPhone audio through Continuity Camera because it might provide a better solution. Thinking about situations where you might want to capture background ambient noise, or if you've got an interview between two subjects where you want to capture everything that's said between them both. Now that I've gone through the 5 things I love about Continuity Camera, I just wanted to mention one thing that I've noticed while I've been using it that is something to point out. It's worth knowing, and that's if you've not got your iPhone connected to a power source, then when streaming long gaming sessions, or if you was doing anything that involved recording for several hours, then the iPhone battery on a full charge will last about 3 hours when using it. So it might be worth connecting to a power source or using a power bank to actually keep your phone running that bit longer, basically. And that's one of the little bits of advice I would give when using Continuity Camera. But I think you'd agree that it works absolutely flawlessly if you've tried it, and if you've not tried it, check it out because it's worth doing so. It's an amazing feature on the new Ventura for macOS. I definitely recommend it to anybody. And although there might be some more premium solutions on the market that give more customization options, I think for the fact that it's free and if you've got an iPhone already, definitely give it a go. If you like this video people, then please drop it a like, and if you can please subscribe to my channel Red Dog Gamer, I'd really appreciate any support. Thank you, and speak to you all soon.